I'm gonna
think we
get
get
this
the
out. I'm gonna
idea.
get it.
Okay,
Oh, no.
okay.
I'm good.
Back in.
Okay.
Good morning, gang.
Morning.
No.
Donner Pass Car Wash is offering, I thought it was 30% off for law enforcement, but apparently it's 3.
Do you have to have a car to drive through it?
That's a great question, Trude.
Is it?
Oh, sorry, Declan's right. No, that's not a good question. Also, I'm gonna need somebody to cover for me on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday.
Not it.
Not it. Yeah, I don't want to
Cool.
go.
I'm just gonna be out for a little bit next week
What are you doing?
and part of this week.
What are you doing?
Oh, personal stuff.
Jim has cancer.
He's going to be out for 3 days with cancer. No.
Does Jim
No,
have
no,
a
it's
dance
dumb.
recital?
I know. I wish I did. No, yeah, it's dumb. It'll
what
wrap
is it?
up.
Jim, don't get another piercing, because that didn't go well
The guy
last
won't do it again. No, the short thing is stupid. You know, did you guys know how my wife Deb mysteriously died? My ex-wife Deb.
A huge investigation.
Yeah.
Not mysterious.
So, it's dumb, but they think that that I should answer questions about it or something stupid. Everything points to an accidental death of Deb. I happened to be with her that night, so there's like a lot of like, hey, make sure that
the
you
stuff
know.
that I've read that got leaked to the press seems like there's no way it was an accident.
Wait.
No matter what you've read or seen on the stupid internet,
We also handled the evidence.
I had nothing
Also,
to do.
the stupid New York Times,
I
which
had
they
the
call
stupid
the
New York Times.
record of whatever.
Those weeds. I don't know how they got some of that stuff, but it's definitely
They
not true.
tell you, they said they got it from the police.
They got
I had-
voicemail messages from my phone.
I can tell you right now, I never killed my wife. Nothing. I got a great lawyer. I feel great. I have nothing to hide.
You and Deb
Clem,
had an incredible relationship.
she was my best friend.
She was your best friend. I remember. You were talking to Deb on the phone. You said, Deb, if I were there right now, I'd kick your fat ass down the stairs. I want that. When you can joke around with your spouse.
I remember one time, we were in the locker room. You stayed naked way too long like you always do.
Yep.
We were having one of those things where who hasn't, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And then you said, who hasn't kicked their wife down the stairs? And that wrecked the conversation. Everybody stopped, and it was awkward and weird.
I remember when we were drunk, you told us this happened previous to your ex-wife.
My very early wife,
Yeah.
Lauren,
The blender
Yeah.
one.
the one who fell in a blender.
Right.
I don't see how that relates to this in any way.
Jim, do you realize how many people die around you?
The short version is, I'm going to be out for a couple of days or weeks, or if things don't go well,
For the rest of your life in jail.
Come on in.
hello.
Hi there.
Hi. Oh my goodness. Mrs. Mertz, yes.
Ms. Mertz.
Miss.
You must be James Dangle.
That's me. No, I was gonna say guilty as charged, but obviously not. I just want, first thing I want to say to you
Mr.
is,
Dangle, please don't put your hand
sure,
on
I
my
won't
knee.
do that.
Mr. Dangle. Oh, hey, I'm your defense attorney, okay? My job
Great.
is to get
That's
you
good.
acquitted
Yes.
of all charges.
All charges.
Well, so my first question to
Right.
you is, did you kill your ex-wife, Deb?
That's the $1 million question.
Mr. Dangle, I think what you want to just say to that question is, no, I did not. No, I did not. I don't want to put words in your mouth because that's not what we do.
Okay, so, events of the evening. The truth.
Okay.
Deb, my ex, we're still very close. We got a bunch of friends over, some mushrooms, cock a van. We're definitely goofing by the pool. Have you had a cock a van?
Terrific.
We make the cock a van. I do my famous bit. The famous bit is I've got an apron. I lift it up. I've got a van on my cock a van time. Everybody laughs.
Okay, Mr. Dangle.
Yeah.
Can you tell me where you were when you discovered your ex-wife dead?
Right above her. How am I, covered in her blood, at the scene, found above her, but didn't do it?
Right. I think that is the question that
And I'm
everybody wants to
wondering that.
understand. Everybody wants to understand.
I've been wondering
How
that like
did you not
crazy.
do it? Did you have any motivation to kill your ex-wife?
No, that's the crazy thing. I mean, financial or personal?
Let's start with personal.
No.
Financial?
Yes.
Okay.
She's the reason most of my ride-sharing ratings are bad. But you get in with Deb, and Deb's like, get off your phone, driver. Turn the air up, driver. do this. She says, no, when it comes back, that's James Ron Dangle's. That's my star rating. Again, this is camaraderie. I didn't know we lived in a. I blame
Obama.
I do. My theory of how my beloved best friend, gal pal, Deb,
Ended up deceased.
was silent killer of the skies, and I think we should write that down. Let's use that.
Okay, silent killer of the skies.
Owls. An owl?
Owls.
Owls. Mexican owl, those Mexican owls.
Mexican owls, I think, would be very effective.
I like it.
If you've been taking edibles and planning on driving in the city of Reno, please download and use our new EQ app, the Edible Questions app that helps you decide if you're too high to get behind the wheel. The EQ app generates a few random questions when it senses you're in a car and might be too high to drive. Who was the walrus? Easy. Paul. To calculate your highness level, subtract the hour since you dropped and then add a point for every EQ you get right. Easy stuff like,
If Mork is aging backwards, is there a point when Mindy is going to have to breastfeed him?
yes, and yes, she is. If the universe is expanding, isn't that creating a vacuum somewhere else? And doesn't nature abhor a vacuum? So that we're, in fact, riding on a giant worm of space and time that's devouring itself as Saturn devoured its own children? Yes. Yes, we are.
If Charles Manson really had been in the Monkees, would Sharon Tate be alive, and would Peter Tork have been murdered?
The answer is both. So when it comes to driving on edibles, take out the guesswork and leave it to a quick EQ test. You'll thank yourself, and the ants will thank you for respecting their infrastructure.
Trudy's gonna be Deb. Trudy, I don't want to note you to death.
Yeah.
Deb usually has a look on her face like she's just like so judgmental.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Even she's dead?
Even dead.
Okay.
Deb's here talking classic Deb. Why didn't you ever make that documentary you were gonna make? That's something she might say.
Jim, why didn't you ever... Come on, let's hang out right here.
Because it's hard to make a documentary, Deb.
So was she...
It takes a long time, Deb. And I might say something like that.
If you're raising your voice, again, doesn't that negate the owl thing? Because noise scares owls.
That's exactly right. Deb, give me the money for the documentary.
Okay.
You're my best friend.
No, I got it.
Smash! Wait, but it's smash a place that doesn't show because I had nothing on my face. There's no physical evidence. Deb, stop choking me. No.
And blood splatter pattern.
Anything?
Not really.
No. So if the owl's coming in,
Then why does she?
you're trying to save it from the owl.
Yep.
Swing.
Backhand.
Good, I'm
Look,
not aiming at it.
backhand.
Ow!
Backhand.
Okay, okay.
Oh, I'm flying.
Okay, I think we get the idea.
Backhand.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
gonna
I think we
get
get
this
the
out. I'm gonna
idea.
get it.
Okay,
Oh, no.
okay.
I'm getting it.
Backhand.
Okay.
This explains no owl marks.
Does it?
Makes you a hero.
Makes you
Yes.
a hero. Doesn't explain that you were unconscious.